So today, I'm just gonna say something Lenape for a little while because I wanted to do Arabic, but my class got canceled because my teacher's internet was kind of. She's in a country where the internet's kind of not the best, so it is what it is. So today, this is something I've mostly gone through, but I want to go through it again because I haven't gone through this in a long time, and I want to just go through it again and just review it. So, Yukwe Yukwe she lapi ang kata akunat akenutaman. So today here I also today here I want to talk again about what I used to hear them say. My deceased ancestors. I assume that they're using nikake in front of nikakayu yaminka, which ni unkikaya yaminka already means my deceased ancestors, but nikake uses the same root. This kikai is using the same root as kake. So I'm assuming that this means that they're showing extra reverence to their ancestors that have passed. And then ehelinamitit, about what happened to them. Ehelinamitit und untakwi this direction. From which wanchi patit nike there were wanchi patit nike eli osami wisha sitit. So I did this at a time I didn't know what this word meant. Osami or Sami means too much, and this is simply, they were very afraid back then. This already means they were afraid. This right here means very. So Sami can mean like a great quantity of, and so Osami in this context means very, but usually it means too much. The earth always quaked. Unkame Quachuk Hoke Hole Okunt Puni Huleyok Nek Alangok or Alangok. This is definitely a word I wouldn't have been able to recite. Puni Huleyok. Wishas Hatayok. Yeah. Wishas Hatawok Hunt Nek Lenapeok. Wishas Hatawok. Wishasa. This is the same as this, or rather, it's the same. This is the same verb. Wishasi. It's the same verb. And this is an AI generated image. You can put whatever images you want in here. There's a functionality for that. If you want to just add your own image, or you can generate an image and put it into the lesson. But as long as it's the real language, then it's all good. Because many of them fell in there where Eli Amankeli. Many of them. Amanke. This is one of the rare times I've seen amanke that I can remember, because a monkey is like usually used in like Mission, Delaware, which is the biblical Lenape. That's used a lot there, and they usually don't. This isn't used a lot here, so I'm now that I'm seeing this, it's still red, so I don't really know it. The fact that I'm seeing this here is not too surprising. The stories always have a lot of interesting stuff in them, which is why I like to study them. Ikali, Panihaleok, Naenta, kikake, yeah. Kehe, kehe kake, kehe kake halak, nanta, kwachuk hoke kwachu, kwachu hoke halak. The earth shaked. The ground split. The ground split. The ground split when the earth shaked. And if you're wondering what this is, ma is a past tense marker in Lenape, which appears to be used for past tense stuff. So it can, if you see that word, it's basically indicating that the action took place. Like it's kind of like has been, or the imperfect tense in Spanish, like something that took place. So I mean, it could be perfect as well, just something that happened in the past. Okunt, Wakauchi suddenly. Yep. I know a variant of this is like Wikauchi or something. Wakauchi kaku, Wakauchi kaku wana ikapon nawen. Okay. Oh, okay, that person. Okay. Because pa, I'm used to seeing pa or pon. Ehula wihalati. I'm kind of, hold on, fluency. Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued that this isn't fluency. Because if you could take off the a because it's part of the relative tense. This has nothing to do with fluency. Wow, Mësinkw. And Lenape always has, like, at least in most verbs that I've seen, there's usually two synonym pairs. It's kind of like how in Spanish you have like septentrional, which is like northern, and then you have norte, which is the north. So you have two words for north, and it's the same with all the directions. Meridional, oriental, occidental, in western. Weste, este, and sur. So or sur. It's the same with all. It's the same with that. There's two roots, and this language also tends to have those two roots as well. So this might be another one that, I don't know. This might be another one because there's two roots for eat. There's like wipum, which is like eat with somebody, and then there's mitsi or michi, which is to eat. Talan hodamashik, shea you katanamanu, tana to do. You all do. Tunaman. You all do. Just do two for here. Tunamaneo. Kapatahamo a unkame. You pray should always. This basically acts as a mole. Kunti hamo. Y'all shake hands. Kuni kishuk all day long. Kuni kishuk holapani. Okopani. Kulama tapi hamo. Oh, lematapi. Kula lamatapi hamo. Yeah. Lamatapi means to sit. So I can go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and put it a little bit. I'm gonna put the confidence level a little bit higher on this one. One thing that's interesting about this translation here is it says, think of all the good things. This is like everything that is good, because willa by itself, or willet, already means that it's good. And then this uk makes it everything. Like awen, for example, in Lenape means who, and it also means like people or whoever. And awenik means everybody, just simply putting that k at the end of aweni. And this is the same with Willatek. Willet means things that are good or good, and Willatuk means everything that is good. Kapanaya Lendamineo. You all think Kekuakeski. This is how you should be able to do. So Lisiek, this must be like, this is you all in the subjunctive tense. Ekwe, or is it? This is do in the subjunctive. Usually when you see this ek, because lease means to do. Lisi is to do, and then you see ek, ekwe, or ek. Yeah, ekwe is usually used for the second person plural subjunctive. So I'm not, but because there's a keski in front of it, it seems to just be like they're just using the general equivalent of the infinitive here. Sheakatinamaneo konti homo yuhe yoni wishas hot dawak. Okay, so I didn't do this entire story. Okay.
Honang lapak hatwak, eline kalangok pnihileyok.
Oh, I put that in the wrong box.
Pijlenpakkuk.
Lepak.
Pijlenpakkuk.
Pijlenpakkuk. Lepak. They cry. Just means they cry. I've been seeing this word so many times. It's starting to become familiar to me now. And Huntaku is kind of like Hun, or it literally means supposedly, but when you have this aqua, it just becomes kind of like a filler. Yeah.
Undang.
No. Nahan Yukwe. Nahan Yukwe na. I recently reset all of these, so some of these look like that. Tonamaneo. Vaded. Into Ikapad now, and when that person came in, when that person came there. Okay. No, and the fact that they're saying nah after a verb here means that it's the obviative, meaning that this is like this. It's supposed to act as, it generally would act as the secondary subject of a sentence, which means that somebody else was involved in this action. You should do this. He told them. Sheayu Kadanamaneo. You should do this here. Huatamse Kenu Mata Kawashu Sihomo. You all were afraid. You would perhaps not be afraid if you all pray. Na Yukohan Na Wanchihan comes from. xinkwikaon. Big church. Actually, I'll do a 5 on this because I already know what the root is. Hanki anta ikawanchi alamulti get to leave there. Began to leave. Because alumska means to leave, but alamia also means to start. And this isn't the only verb in this language where alum combines with a verb that means something similar. Because there's also the verb to run, which also uses, or sorry, the verb to jump is like akil, I think. But alum there's like a root in this language which is like it literally means to start to jump, but they use it as to jump, and alumi is almost like it almost can replace it in some contexts. That I've seen anyway. Quintakwi Indiana na Mësinkw na Hundawanchi. That has Y. Kata Katak Kataki Katahai. I need help saying this one.
Nahonuanjingat hakatineo. Nahonuanjingat hakatineo.
Kat Inkatatino.
Nahonuanjingat hakatineo.
Inkatati, yeah. Inkatat, yeah. Inkatakatineo. Inkakatineo. That's a hard one. This is definitely a one. Nayukwe Yushepaneo. When they came here, they came or come. Paneo Yukweyu She Kahunt Api supposedly was here. If there was anyone around then. There wasn't anyone. Kua when you. Anyone around? There was not. Nike or Nika, depends on how you want to say that. Because sometimes it's written with this, with an accent, the accent egu, and that's how you. It's like the in bit. Toppy one. Toppy one. This one's interesting because it's like ta. I'm assuming. Oh no, hold on. This one is they arrived. What is top penguin then? Because the one shows to you that it's an object. Ta, it's obviously got ta in it, but what's up? He is not here. Oppy, like oppy. Oh, okay. So toppy, oppy. But that's interesting.
Don't be one.
That this is very interesting. It's like he is not here with an object at the end. The object suffix at the end. That's interesting to me. Paul again. Time to set up the big house church. Nahant Olichtineo. They set up. Because Nahum in this context probably means it's time. Nakokun. Okay, so this has to mean they set up. They set up. Nahunt na Mësinkw in Kamaiika. Dylan Hunt xinkwikaon. Nutch na Katinta Patamaneo. This is where you will pray. Okay, cool. Dylan Oknisha de Hukwani. Aquame Kekukaski Licineo. This should be 5. Kuski Licineo. They all do. Oh no, they they all do. It's the same thing. And our creator. Our creator will take pity. Kotamake lamu kawa na kisha lamu kunk. Kisha lamu kunk ta apu. Na kenaki kuna. Kenaki kuna. Hu kanu keku. Patamaikwe kaski. Wali Kapatato how much Keko well tuck. You all will pray something, all good things. This is like you all get. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm getting that mixed up with Pata. Patama means to pray. This is, I don't actually know this one. What in the world? You all will get, I don't know what I was thinking here, or if somebody else had this. You will all get. Nanashuk Shehunt. Nanashuk. This is like but or however. Shehunt Wanchina Walihan. Walihan no Yukwayusha Inta Patamunk. That is the only reason they say why. Why this place where one prays was set up. The sentence order of this entire sentence is completely contrary to what I would have thought when I first did this. So this is like, that is the only reason. So this whole thing right here means that is the only reason. Or even with na. The only reason, like shuck is only the reason this is from which, or this is reason, or why. Or can mean why in some context, depending on like the why and why something happened, not actually saying like why, like questioning like the interrogative. It's not that. It's like why as like what would you call that? Some kind of demonstrative noun. But this is this whole thing is that this whole thing can mean like that is or that. Only, here, however, from however reason, that. And then this right here means set up. Or set up or was set up. This whole thing right here. If you remember earlier in the lesson where we saw ulichtaneo. Ulichtaneo means it is time to set up. They set up. That is the same root as this word right here. Wulichan. So wulichan means was set up. And then na is that yukwe, now or presently, here, or this here when you pray. Why this place? So that is why this is the only reason. That is the only reason they say why. This place where one prays. This place where one prays. This is just here. They didn't translate this part. Was set up. And either of these, or maybe both of these, are making it a place. Or they refer to the big house church. But yeah. I'm always learning from this because this is indigenous languages always have hidden secrets. But we'll discover them all together. Anyway, if you have joined up to this point and you have watched this entire video up to now, I really appreciate your support and the fact that you watched this up to this point. Sorry. For now, I'm going to do like flashcards for now. But if you're interested in this lesson, you can just look for actually I don't have it in my library because I can't put it in my library. That was a private article. Okay. If you want to look at that lesson, you can go to talk/Lenape or talk-lenape.org, and you can look at their stories, and you can look up a story called Mësinkw, which is MESINKW. And you can look up you can find that story in the Talking Lenape Dictionary Library, and you can add it for yourself in your own private library. But that's a copyright article, so you can't put it in the public library. But you can't study that for yourself if you want to, because nobody sees it. So you do that, and yeah. So I'm going to be studying the words that were in that article. And if you're interested in studying those, then you can join along. And thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow.